In the first round of the playoffs against the Washington Wizards, the Knicks are facing a much tougher battle than anticipated. Down 15 at home heading into the fourth quarter of Game 7, it's now or never for LeBron, Kobe, and company. If they're going to advance in the postseason and continue to chase that ring, someone's going to have to step up quickly.
Situations like this one, being down big going into the fourth quarter, some players just pack it in. But I thrive on being counted out. All the pressure is on the other team to finish the job, to put you away. When you can look into your opponent's eyes and you can see that they are starting to doubt themselves, well, that's just one of the greatest feelings you can have as an NBA player.
Well, you know, the mentality that the Knicks have to have, guys, when facing a big deficit like this is that they'll slowly chip away at it. You can't look at the total and make it all up in just a few possessions.
And welcome back to our broadcast, NBA fans. Fourth quarter just about ready to get. Going. Who would have thought this Game 7 would have gone Clark like this?
Well, the Wizards on the verge of a huge, monumental upset. Nobody had them pegged to advance past the first round, and they're just a quarter away from doing that.
And not only that, they enter the fourth quarter with a commanding 15-point lead. The Knicks have to be shaken.
Sure they are.
They can't afford to pack it up and get ready for the offseason. They can still come out of this series, but it's going to take near perfect basketball from them the rest of the way.
Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Washington, Bradley Beal and Otto Porter Jr. are the wingmen. Okafor out there with Favors, and it's Parker in at the point guard. Here is Parker, following the basket by Chris Paul. 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. Rejected by LeBron. Tipped. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. And the shot is good. Clark, you're talking some interesting strategy here. The old saying of, how do you move a mountain one stone at a time, Steve?
I kind of prefer the old adage, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. But it's kind of the same thing.
Yes,
what we're talking
absolutely.
about, big deficit, you got to get back, but you can't get it all back at one time. You got to make each play, get some stops, try to gain a little momentum.
It'd be too overwhelming to think of the totality of what you got to go with.
Right.
Well, to stay with the theme of one-step analogies, you guys know how much I enjoy eating all types of food. You can only eat a whole pizza one slice at a time. Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Wizards leading by 17. And Beal kicks to Okafor. And Washington again with the bucket.
Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively. It has all been working for him today. Yeah, if I'm the Knicks here, I'm looking to ride my stars the rest of the way. I mean, you're going to need them to come up big, and if you lose them, you can rest all summer, but you got to ride those guys. Leave it on the floor, riding your stars.
See the way he times his passes so well? That's a great assist.
And stolen by LeBron. Outside, Kobe. Ball left side. Kept alive. LeBron kicks to Kobe. Back to LeBron. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. 20 points for LeBron.
All you can say is, wow. The Knicks never showed any quit in this one and have drawn even with the Wizards.
The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Going back to what Clark was talking about, if I'm the Knicks, I also look to lean on them for points a bit more.
Yeah, star players become stars because they show up when it matters. And the Knicks have a few, but you have to think that either LeBron or Paul is going to come up big this quarter trying to mount a comeback.
And that one's good by Favors.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
New York calls timeout, playing back-to-back games following last night's loss.
And the fact that they still had a shot at the end of the game was fairly amazing because it was an off night for a lot of their guys.
And it was close enough, Steve, that they didn't need a perfect game from everybody. Even just a little bit more of a contribution from one or two of their key players would have done it for them.
Now here's Kobe. Harkless, covered by Okafor. Harkless kicks to Novak. Misses the three.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Well, the score has a lot to do with that, Clark. Just based on that, you'd think the rebounding gap would be huge.
Now here's Parker. And Beal kicks to Okafor. Just 5 on the clock. A shake. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par. I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
And taken away by Paul. And now the Knicks on the break. Novak outside. No luck. And Washington the other way now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Wizards making a switch here. Ball's checked in. left to play in the final quarter. Quarter with it. Guarded now by Harkless. They get it back. And the rejection by LeBron. He dishes it to Kobe. Novak. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, he's a bomber, and that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see. And of course, has the green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
He's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
Beal can't get it to go. Knicks trail by 13. Pass to Harkless. Back to Paul. New York moving the ball around. LeBron passes to Novak. Kobe wide open. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
They're looking significantly better now, but still a long way to go to get all the way back into this.
Well, at least the effort there now. It had been sorely lacking early.
It's Wall with the drive. Okafor. That's good. And the Wizards lead by 13.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Yambo, he's checked in for the Knicks. Kenneth Faried comes in for Maurice Harkless.
Kenneth Faried.
52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Wizards have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Ball against Paul. It's Beal on the wing. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
What a performance from Beal here. 22 points and 2 rejections. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And one's really fed into the other.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Favors. Webster comes in for Porter. And it's Price in for Bradley Beal. Passes it to Carter. Dishes it to Tinsley. Here's Telfair, and it's blocked. Ball against Faried. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Stolen by Faried.
Yeah, no way you can come back from this deficit.
Just not enough time. Oh, my goodness.
What a huge play.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
And that one's ball for Price. And the Wizards making a change here. Price hits them both. Here is Telfair. Carter. Webster covering. Vince Carter the bucket on the assist by Telfair.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
And they do it. They'll move on to round 2. First round of the playoffs. Fourth quarter just about to get going, and we've had a wild one so far.
I tell you what, nobody thought that the Knicks would get taken to 7 games by the 7th seed Wizards, yet here they are with their backs up against the wall.
Clark, 1 quarter left for the Knicks to save their season. Steve, how do they go about cutting this lead?
Well, you have to play it minute by minute. Watch the scoreboard. A quarter is a long time, and a lot can happen, and they still have a chance to salvage it.
We've got Bismack Biyombo. Chris Paul is out there with Kobe. And it's LeBron James. And it's Faried in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Catching up on the changes for New York. Novak's checked in, and it's Carter in for Bismack Biyombo. Here is Novak. Paul out outside. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. And that's now 10 points for Chris Paul.
All you can say is, wow. The Knicks never showed any quit in this one and have drawn even with the Wizards. Well, you know, the mentality that the Knicks have to have, guys, when facing a big deficit like this is that they'll slowly chip away at it. You can't look at the total and make it all up in just a few possessions.
Clark, you're talking some interesting strategy here. The old saying of, how do you move a mountain one stone at a time, Steve?
I kind of prefer the old adage, you know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. But it's kind of the same thing.
Yes,
what we're talking
absolutely.
about, big deficit, you got to get back, but you can't get it all back at one time. You got to make each play, get some stops, try to gain a little momentum.
It'd be too overwhelming to think of the totality of what you got to do.
Right.
Well, to stay with the theme of one-step analogies, you guys know how much I enjoy eating all types of food. You can only eat a whole pizza one slice at a time.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Wizards leading by 12. Beal dishes the Wall. At 6. No luck. Good work defensively by Paul. Good on the shot. And that's now 9 points for Emeka Okafor.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
The shot's good from Carter.
Back-to-back threes for them. Defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Doubled by Novak. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if I'm the Knicks here, I'm looking to ride my stars the rest of the way. I mean, you're going to need them to come up big, and if you lose, then you can rest all summer, but you got to ride those guys. Leave it on the floor, riding your stars.
Now here is Carter, following the shot by Emeka Okafor. LeBron outside. Pass to Paul. Carter. To Paul. New York moving it around. Kobe kicks to Paul. Oh, good with the triple. Going back to what Clark was just talking about, if I'm the Knicks, I also look to lean on them for points a bit more.
Yeah, star players become stars because they show up when it matters. And the Knicks have a few, but you have to think that either LeBron or Paul is going to come up big this quarter trying to mount a comeback.
And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge.
Knicks making a switch here. That's tipped. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Wizards leading by 9. Beal the pass to Wall. Doubled by Fareed. Here's Porter. And yes, sir, that one drops. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Playing back-to-back games following last night's loss.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
For the Knicks, Novak's checked in, and it's Carter in for Bismack Biyombo. Paul outside. It's Vince Carter on the wing. Back to Paul. Outside, Kobe. All up top. He feeds it to Kobe. Novak kicks to Kobe. Paul. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Well, that's 3 of the last 5 makes, having been behind the three-point line. So, got to make some adjustments defensively.
All with it, picked up by Kobe. Wall dishes to Favors. Pass to Porter. Kicks to Okafor. That's good. And the Wizards lead by 10.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse. And that's pretty much how this game has gone. They've controlled the boards and look to come away with the win right here.
They get it back, and that one's good by Favors.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. He's got to be relentless.
And it's Carter missing. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Wizards leading by 12. Dishes it to Porter. Wide open look. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's got his 6th rebound on the night. Carter outside. Passes it to Kobe. Paul. A three-pointer is right on target. Paul's got 9 points now on the quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Another shot. Here's Favors. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
It's LeBron with the drive.
That could have major consequences, Kevin. If this game's still in question, it's really a tough time to lose. They're trying to work it inside here, and they've had a little bit of success as they try to cut into that deficit. And getting it inside is one way to try to chip away at it.
Artel Webster, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. Free throw good, LeBron.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Webster passes to Okafor, and the shot is good. And the Wizards lead by 10.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second. It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock, it's a wrap.
Yep, nice game.
Well, let's forgive him for that turnover. It's the only one he's committed today.
Outside, Kobe. The feet, the ball. There's the dish to Biombo. New York moving it around. Kobe kicks to LeBron. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Clark, as you were saying before, they're controlling the inside presence, just overwhelming here today.
And I really thought that was the deciding factor, Kevin. I mean, they were just too strong inside.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
They've got to score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste at all.
The 3. Rebound by Webster, and that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So for the Wizards, Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Favors. Karolinko comes in for Porter, and it's Price in for John Wall. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Price dishes to Okafor.
Defensive foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that stretches their lead to 8. New York calls timeout. They're down by 8. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Telfair can't hit. Here is Price. And they do it. They'll move on to run.
Have to have guys when facing a big deficit like this is that they'll slowly chip away at it. You can't look at the total and make it all up in just a few possessions.
And welcome back to our broadcast, NBA fans. Fourth quarter just about ready to get going. Who would have thought this Game 7 would have fun part like this?
Well, the Wizards on the verge of a huge, monumental upset. Nobody had them pegged to advance past the first round, and they're just a quarter away from doing that.
And not only that, they enter the fourth quarter with a commanding 15-point lead. The Knicks have to be shaky.
I'm sure they are.
They can't afford to pack it up and get ready for the offseason, though. They can still come out of this series, but it's going to take near perfect basketball from them the rest of the way.
So on the floor for Washington, they've got Porter all out there with Tony Parker. Then there's Favors, and it's Okafor in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Okafor's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Wizards. Clark, you're talking some interesting strategy here. The old saying of how do you move a mountain one stone at a time,
well,
Steve?
I kind of prefer the old adage, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. But it's kind of the same thing.
Yes,
what we're talking
absolutely.
about, big deficit, you got to get back, but you can't get it all back at one time. You got to make each play, get some stops, try to gain a little momentum.
It'd be too overwhelming to think of the totality of what you got to go
Right.
against.
Well, to stay with the theme of one-step analogies, you guys know how much I enjoy eating all types of food. You can only eat a whole pizza one slice at a time.
Telfair kicks to LeBron. Some nice passing by New York here. Harkless dishes to Paul. With the lead pass, James. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
All you can say is, wow. The Knicks never showed any quit in this one and have drawn even with the Wizards.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. Here's Beal. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
Yeah, if I'm the Knicks here, I'm looking to ride my stars the rest of the way. I mean, you're going to need them to come up big, and if you lose, then you can rest all summer, but you got to ride those guys. Leave it on the floor, riding your star.
LeBron, that's a two-pointer. He trains the quick shot. LeBron's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Go back to what Clark was talking about. If I'm the Knicks, I also look to lean on them for points a bit more.
Yeah, star players become stars because they show up when it matters. And the Knicks have a few, but you have to think that either LeBron or Paul is going to come up big this quarter trying to mount a comeback.
Catching up on the changes. York. Yambo, he's checked in for Carter. Kenneth Fareed comes in for Maurice Harkness. And Kobe is subbed in for Sebastian Telfair. Now here's Favors. And Parker, here we go. Plays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And the Wizards lead by 14. Telfair, the pass to Paul. Ron right side. Parker with the steal. Parker left side. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Beal. Shot from the wing. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 6th assist on the night.
Yeah, and he's a bomber, and that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see, and of course has the green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those. They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And the Knicks miss again.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
Double team on Parker. Porter. Now Okafor inside. Parker kicks to Porter from about 19 feet. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The feet to Telfair. From downtown. That's good.
They are killing him with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Pass to LeBron. Carter outside. The pass to Harkness. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. And their field goal percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half. And they shot a very low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
Porter kicks to Favors. Shot is off. Knicks trail by 10. Carter with it. Now Beal defending. The drive by LeBron. This is to Telfair. And it's off from three-point range. Wizards have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Doubled by Telfair. Parker outside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
What a game for Tony Parker. He's got 10 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision has been phenomenal. And he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
A different look for New York. Yambo, he's checked in for Carter. Kenneth Fareed comes in for Maurice Harkness. Kobe is subbed in for Sebastian Telfair. John Wall's checked in for Tony Parker. And the Knicks with possession here. Down by 12. Playing back-to-back games following last night's loss.